Kyle Busch is leaving JGR, and it goes without saying that many people have questioned how he was treated in the team. With JGR having an upcoming talent in the owner's grandson Ty Gibbs from the Xfinity Series, they attempted to blame Busch's departure from the team on a lack of sponsorship. However, even if this turns out to be the case, Busch has likely managed to bring in a huge sponsor to his name, one that will stand behind him in his RCR days. So, what sponsor does Busch have behind him? And what is the name of the sponsor that Busch tried to seduce, with one sneaky comment? Kyle Busch has left the team that was behaving strangely with him last season. True, one huge factor in that is his recent performance, and although he won 2 championships with them back in 2015 and 2019, it seems like the team is ready to move on. Now that Ty Gibbs is ready for the big stage, it was only natural for the team to try and give him a racing seat in his grandfather's team, which is why one driver had to go. Now that Busch will race for RCR, one huge question that needed to be answered was the sponsorship. Well, at least one brand won't leave Busch's side, and that is Livono. The computer company will continue sponsoring Richard Childress Racing's No. 8 Chevrolet next year, becoming the first brand to confirm that it will sponsor Busch in the next season. It goes without saying that Busch has struggled to keep some of the sponsors in 2022, which was technically one of the reasons why JGR decided to let him go. With Livono on board, Busch will be much more relieved about pursuing other sponsors behind his back. RCR also confirmed that Livono will be one of the brands to sponsor Busch, though the exact number of primaries out of the 38 races next year was unclear. Livono is a serious company when it comes to revenue, with it being around $70 billion annually and doing business in more than 180 markets. Also, this brand is very much involved in racing, spending millions of dollars across various partnerships that include official status with F1 and naming rights to Italian motorcycle manufacturer Ducati's MotoGP team. As a result, it's safe to say that Busch has one headache less, with Livono behind him. But for this company to benefit from Busch, future RCR driving must perform significantly better than it did for JGR. That is one huge liability, and although we hope to see Busch back in his old ways, this is easier said than done. Busch is 37 years old, and his form isn't really in a rising pattern. The biggest reason why Joe Gibbs Racing decided to part ways with Busch, however, wasn't his declining form, but rather that he was no longer partnering M&M and being called the Candyman. This is a sponsor that Busch has had on his chest for more than 15 years. But Mars Wrigley, the parent company of M&M, decided that enough was enough. And the company has announced that they are breaking the partnership with Busch due to the fact that there's a bit of a shift in their sports marketing strategy. So it was a huge hit for Busch to learn that he will not only be teamless but also sponsorless at the end of 2022. At this point, he has both of them. But it wasn't easy finding a sponsor that would back up a 37-year-old driver that is in declining form. RCR is one of the longest-running teams in NASCAR, and they decided to give Busch a chance in 2023 to redeem himself and show what he is made of. Although the team could bet on old glory from his 2015 and 2019 championship winning days, the same could be said for Livono, his new sponsor. There has been an official statement out of the company, and regardless of what they are betting on, time will tell whether they made the right investment or not. Emily Ketchen, the CMO and VP Intelligent Devices Group at Livono, spoke to SBJ, adding, "We are certainly planning to continue to sponsor the Childress team for the next year." Livono has so far supported RCR and the number 8 of Tyler Reddick, with Reddick moving to 23XI Racing from the next season onward. One could argue that the company has a lot of faith in a declining driver, but time will tell whether they did the right thing by continuing to support Busch financially. Obviously, he has a lot to prove behind his name, and no team could be better for this achievement than RCR. The recent sequence of events was pretty disappointing, but Busch will continue to push the boundaries set by the NASCAR community and show that he is far from a declining driver. As for the fans, they are really happy with the new sponsorship, given the fact that Livono hasn't been really popular for the durability and quality of their products. Adam Stern has posted a photo of a wrecked Toyota No. 8 and added that Livono will be one of the sponsors of the team from the next season on. To this, the fans reacted mostly to the photo, saying that Stern used this photo deliberately to show the crappy quality of the Livono products. Now that Busch has one sponsor, the search for more sponsors continues. Busch has been rumored to be in talks with Elon Musk about securing a sponsorship from Twitter, the company that Musk just bought. Musk has recently purchased Twitter and made the company private. Along with this, he made a host of major changes to the social media platform, and involvement in NASCAR could be one of the changes made by Musk. After all, Busch and Musk do have a lot in common. For example, both of them are very polarizing figures who are universally disliked and perceived as outlaws of their industries. Musk has been really proactive ever since he purchased Twitter, as he's asked the workers to give in 100% more work to their workplace to make Twitter better again. And those who can't do it are to leave the company with 3 months' pay in advance. A huge amount of the workers, around 80% of them, left the company, and there have been rumors that those who stayed did this deliberately so that they could sabotage the company. That is why Busch's request to Musk to join NASCAR and sponsor him in RCR could be a bad move, because Twitter currently lacks a legitimate stance. On top of that, Musk has been able to put himself in a bad light yet again after implementing a rule that verified accounts will be charged $8 per month in an effort to curb spam bots and generate income outside of traditional advertising. Still, this is something that is not sitting right with the Twitter users, and the company is currently in freefall. That didn't stop Kyle Busch from making a free call to Elon Musk in an attempt to lure the businessman and the billionaire to invest in his name, commenting, "Hey Elon Musk, while I love the number choice, I think we need to make an official deal first," referring to the $8 as they resemble Busch's number in NASCAR. Apart from Twitter, Elon Musk is the owner of Tesla, SpaceX, and Starlink. And unlike Twitter, these companies are in a huge uprising. Therefore, if Musk were to choose to join NASCAR and potentially support Busch in his quest of winning the 3rd championship of his career, and the first one with RCR, he has a lot of capital and other assets to do it with. The question is, will Busch's demand made to Musk work? And if it does, can we proclaim that Busch is probably one of the trickiest and smartest drivers to ever participate in NASCAR? As of now, Twitter is not really in the best shape, and the $8 version of Twitter Blue has caused more harm than good. One account claiming to be the Eli and Lilly brand falsely announced that insulin shots would soon be free for all. It cost billions from the valuation of the company as people sold their stock in bulk, thinking the tweet was from the actual Eli and Lilly Twitter page, due to the fact that people were paying for a verified account and then pretending to be popular brands or celebrities. An interesting period lies ahead of us, and while Busch was able to secure the sponsorship of Livono, he is yet to bring another huge name behind him and the team as well. What do you think will happen next with Busch and his 2023 season? Let us know in the comments below.